Okay, so last video this week, and this one will be a little bit short. Um, Basically, I just want to tell you that I sympathize with you because I think the reading passage that we had last week was really hard. I found myself struggling to stay in it. It was about Andrew Carnegie and wealth, and he argues a position that I don't necessarily agree with. I see his point, but when that happens, sometimes it's really difficult to stay in the passage and to answer the questions. So you just got to battle through it. However, let me walk you through it. Carnegie takes a position that he's doing society or he calls it the race. I assume the human race, but I could be wrong. Anyway, he says that he's kind of taking it on the chin for the race that this wealth has catapulted this super rich into a completely unknown territory, but argues that that has also lifted the poor and the middle class because they have more than they've ever had. Anyway, that's kind of what's going on in this. And so you're looking at this, you're looking at him making his case. Anyway, what I'm going to look at with you, I was going to look at kind of reviewing the questions that we've done. We did not have any graphs, so we're just going to look at the two paired questions. The first ones are 32 and 33. By the way, another thing that makes this passage hard, it might have been the passage, but also the questions. There's several questions. SAT rates these questions on easy, medium, and hard. And there were several hard questions, and the rest were medium. And that's a pretty unusual thing. Usually, you get a sprinkling of some easy questions in these, not this time. Anyway, it looks like you've survived if you're actually watching this video, so congratulations. Anyway, 32. The author describes people who live in the houses of some. Uh, so anyway, the house of some is the useful way that he complains about being the person that collects all this great art and everything. And anyway, if you go, this refers you specifically to line 15. If you go there, you realize that it's his way to say culture. You can look through this, and basically, when you get to culture, you should be able to kind of jump in that one. The evidence to prove it. What I did on the second one, the line first one A kind of probably went more along the lines with B above here, but it was okay. I always keep A if it's not just a idiot's choice. Okay, mainly because then if I get to B and I like B better, I kill A. Anyway, so I liked B. I read C and D, didn't like either one of those. So then B was my best choice. Next paired group was 35 and 36. 35, main point about the disadvantages of the modern economic system. Um, the disadvantages of the modern system, and it's not like he's actually crying about this, but the disadvantage is that it does create a division. I thought that I could see Rockefeller, or you know, or Andrew Carnegie, or any of these guys. I can't see them walking through their factories, intermingling with their workers, right? Just that would be like what your CEO walking through your Ford plant today when he's not doing a commercial and actually shaking hands with, I guess, robots now. But anyway, I digress. It creates a division. That's C. And then the proof of that is D. And none of the rest of these really made that much sense. I thought these paired questions were actually not as bad, not as hard as some of the other ones, which gives me just a little bit of license to talk to you about some other things. If you'll look at question number 31, 34, 37, those are ones that we should be entering forward. Okay, the author uses this as examples of, well, if you read it and then that makes sense. You read it forward and then you go look at the choices. If you have to read it, number 30, you have to read backward. It says, the author most strongly implies, what about the following ties? Well, you're going to have to eliminate choices to get to that one. So implementing kind of what we learned